Hey, you, come on, sit down. You're sitting at the grown-ups table. I'm your host, Jesse Pimpinella, and John's not here tonight, but my other partner in crime is here. Dare I say the one that I'm legally bound to forever. Spooky, how are you doing tonight?
Fucking tired.
You're hilariously tired, and I know, but that's how much you want to talk about this movie because, well, number one, Blumhouse produced this, so we always know you have your concerns with Blumhouse movies. The fact that it's a PG-13 horror movie.
Can I shit on Exorcist super quick?
Just give us a quick Exorcist shit on. Ready? So go.
Don't watch it. It was a piece of shit. Jason Blum and David Gordon Green should not be legally allowed to make movies.
They should not be. And what was the one comment about the
Religious Avengers?
The Religious Avengers. There was a scene where they ripped it right off from Marvel's Avengers. Remember that scene in the first movie where the camera is panning with them all in the circle? Well, in this movie, they're like, it's not one religion that's going to defeat this demon. It's all of them. So you have a rabbi, you have a Catholic priest, then you got the voodoo woman, and
a shaman.
A shaman. Okay, I know it's going to get a little racist. My bad. I'm sorry. I'm stupid. I'm not racist.
All right, moving on before he gets himself canceled.
Before I get canceled. But yeah, they do the pan shot where they're like, yeah, we're going to fight the devil. And it was just really awful.
Do not recommend. Read the books, watch the original movie, or the third movie.
And I will give this review the same review I gave another review. If you love The Exorcist, watching this movie is like watching someone you love fuck someone you hate. It's not good. You're not going to like it. It's going to bum you the shit out. So don't do it. Okay?
Oh, it also rips off of the storyline in the TV show.
Exactly. Which just watch the first season of The Exorcist TV show. Beautiful.
So good.
Beautiful.
Don't watch this piece of shit movie. Don't. Jason Blum, I hope you have a heart attack.
Go to Hulu and go check that out right now. Okay? Wow, that was really dark.
I'm sorry. I'm pissed. He keeps ruining every single franchise I love.
He does.
Every franchise.
Well, luckily we're going to be talking about a new franchise he's decided to ruin. You know, Halloween was one of them, Exorcist, but now we're going to be talking about Five Nights at Freddy's because he's got the franchise. But we're not going to do that alone, honey. We got a very funny comic who I worked with on the road previously. He's a PA comic. Please give it up for Dale Miller. Dale, how you doing?
Hey guys, how's it going? I'm good. And I have to agree with you there on The Exorcist and Blumhouse altogether. Fuck that. 100%.
They came in strong.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they did.
When did they come in strong?
Halloween, 2018.
Okay, one movie out of how many?
Get Out. That was another one.
Okay,
no. Wait. Get Out wasn't Blumhouse. Sorry, it was Universal. That's Universal. So I forget. It's like that Disney animation and Pixar kind of deal where you're like, wait, that's not Pixar, that's Disney animation.
Out of all the Blumhouse movies I have seen, I have only like two, Halloween and Halloween Ends. Every other movie.
Wait, liked Halloween Ends?
Not Halloween Ends.
I know what you
Halloween meant. Kills. I'm fucking tired, man. Been up since 5. But
I get it.
Blumhouse has been around for how many years?
Since they made Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson the Tooth Fairy.
Okay, so that's like over 10 years.
Which not a lot of people know. That was a Blumhouse movie long ago.
Do not recommend.
Wow.
Do not recommend.
Before they were like, maybe we should just stick to horror movies. Let's just stick to that. But yeah, I mean, but I think it's because, for me at least, I'm not sure what you think, Dale. Like, I mean, what do you think is one of the biggest downfalls? Let me ask you this first. What do you think is the biggest downfalls of the Blumhouse movies?
They follow the same formula for every freaking movie.
Point out. Give me an example of some movies that
So basically, it's always the same. It's always the same thing. It's the anti-hero that doesn't want to be part of whatever's going on, but yet somehow gets dragged and roped into it and has to be part of whatever's going on. And this is what we're going to be talking about tonight. It's a perfect example. He's the anti-hero, doesn't want to be a part of whatever's going on, but has to be a part of whatever's going on because of X, Y, or Z.
Okay, so we got Five Nights at Freddy is definitely that. What would you say is another movie that mirrors that? Ma? Okay, that does. Yeah, that's a
well, here, let me pull up the list real quick to give you.
Just name off their.
I'm trying to think, and this is the reason why. I'm pulling up the list right now is because I fucking hate.
Fantasy Island did that.
Okay, yeah.
Let's see.
Let's see.
Any of the Purge movies.
Purge movies. Oh, the audience for Halloween Ends, because nobody wanted to be there for that.
Yep, there you go.
No one wanted to be there for that. Yeah, you guys are right. Okay, so yeah,
They fucking suck. Megan,
yeah.
Megan, there you go.
She's in a situation where she doesn't want to be a parent, but she has to be a parent. And oh wow, you guys are. Yeah. So basically, this is like a shitty horror Die Hard. That's all it is.
Yeah. Truth or Dare.
No.
Truth or Dare, yeah.
Blumhouse is just white male privilege at its finest.
Oh, here we go.
Should you be making these movies?
Here we go.
No. Are you doing it anyway?
Here you go.
Yeah. Are you fucking everything up?
I think like Jason Blum is right about to become Cartman from the new South Park show. Yeah. Did you see the new South Park episode?
Not yet, but I do have Paramount, so I need to watch it.
I don't want to reveal it, but like it's like I think
I've seen bits and pieces.
I think Blumhouse watched it and went like they missed him. Just because Kathleen Kennedy was a bigger target. He was like, okay, guy, you got me there.
All right, back on topic.
So let's get right into this. So yeah, we're gonna be talking about we got Scott Cawthorn. Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Thank you so much. Or Cawthon, thank you.
Wait.
Sorry about that. You said hi.
Hold on.
Whoa, you know that person? Oh, okay, here we go. Well, anyways, let's get on to the Five Nights at Freddy's. So before we get into the movie, like, what was your introduction to this franchise? This video game, comic books, everything.
Wait, that's the.
I was gonna say that's
the developer of Five Nights at
Get
Freddy's.
the hell out of here! No, fuck me, that's not him.
Is this real?
No, it's
not. That can't be. Come on.
Selling.
Dude, is that Scott Cawthon? Get the hell out of here. Holy shit. Holy shit. Guys. Dude, this guy is the creator of Five Nights at Freddy's. Like, I was reading in interviews, like, how he had the luxury of just, like, going into movie theaters and knowing who he was. And he just, like, he had that incognito and you got to watch everybody enjoy the movie.
Wait, is this seriously real, though?
Okay, Scott.
Yeah.
Scott, if this is actually you, you are awesome. Thank you so much for making this franchise. We love you, dude. And I know we're going to be talking theories, so some of them might be right, some of them might be wrong. But holy shit, this is so fucking cool. All right. He has the ... Okay.
The ...
All right. Well, I guess we're just going to have to find this out.
Okay.
Right? All right. Well, guys, the pressure is on to give a really good story.
Well, fuck.
No pressure, yeah.
Yeah, no pressure at all, guys. No pressure at all, man. But yeah, no. But so let's get right into this movie, guys. I'm very excited to talk about this movie because one of the cool things about this movie for me was, well, actually, we were going to talk about the franchise video games first. We got starstruck there, so that's Scott.
Sidetracked for a moment.
Sidetracked, a good reason to be sidetracked. Yeah. Anyways,
right.
So, like, what was your introduction to this game?
So my introduction to the franchise and everything else was going on was primarily through watching YouTube Let's Plays. Markiplier playing through the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise, and watching Tim the Tap Man play through it as well. And it's so fun. It's kind of like joy in the misery of others.
Dude, it is.
Yeah.
Like, I have to when I play this game, I was just replaying the first one recently, and I
screamed like a little bitch,
dude.
Every time.
Dude, I have to do it two times. I give myself 2 times, and then I tap real quickly because I feel like my heart can't take it some days. Like some days I'll be like, ah! And see how you jump like that? That's how I jump. I almost smashed one of our controllers
into the TV
almost because I got scared. Because
it's a solid, legitimate jump scare game, and that's the one thing that's always been kind of like how it has such a popularity and traction is that the franchise itself was able to grow and blossom into something amazing just off of one simple little concept, which is just jump scares.
Very simple. And this game was kind of a based on everything I read, like this was kind of a trajectory, a different path that Scott took. You know what I mean? Because he was going one way with games, it was more religious stuff, and then it went in this direction, and it was horror, and it was just so damn good. Because one of the things I really enjoy about this game is like just like how underground it felt watching someone play it. Because like here's my introduction to playing it. So I went to Youngstown State University, and there was like this area where all the students would hang out, and they're playing, and someone had their laptop, and you saw this guy look like they're having like a seizure because they're trying not to scream, and you're like, what is he looking at that's causing him to shake? And I look at it, and it's just him looking at a security footage thing, and I'm like, what is this? And I just like, and I wasn't communicating with the guy, but I just started sitting behind him, kind of like watching. And then I started playing the game like in my head, like I started figuring out what's going on. I'm like, dude, go in the Pirate Cove. Go in the motherfucking Pirate Cove. Why didn't you go in the Pirate Cove? Then that fox shows up. That when that fox does that rundown, I screamed and scared the shit out of him. He jumped his laptop. Like, thanks. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I was watching it and I got scared. Like, oh my God. Like I was yeah.
Definitely something you don't want to watch or play with headphones.
Yeah. No, dude, and it's so crazy. People will play this game with VR, which I'm like, why in the I mean, dude, you got balls, steel, brass.
I low-key want to do that.
Dude, I would not. I don't think my heart would give. My heart wouldn't give out. Favorite game, Five Nights at Freddy, the first one. Yeah, I love that one.
The original. You can't beat an original.
Scott, I know it has to be. It has to be.
You can't beat an original.
Yeah, you gotta be the original. The original game, man, it's so fun. It's so simple.
I think it's the scariest.
I think it's the scariest, but I think it's because the biggest thing is that was my first game I ever played with that. So the nostalgia factor is just traumatizing.
See, my college roommate played it like second week into our first semester.
Yeah.
Oh wait, you never saw my Baldwin Wallace Storm.
Yeah.
But it was like just a super old building broken down, really shitty. And while we were playing it, power cut out.
Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Great.
Well, the power does cut out at 6 a.m. So I mean that is
I know.
Well, it cuts out before 6 a.m. if you use too much of it. So anyway, so yeah, this game is like the greatest way for me to be unconstipated like that. Just like if laxatives are too expensive, dude.
Nope.
Yeah, but
that's too much information.
Yeah, but anyways, let's get into the movie. Let's start talking about the movie. So
yeah, for
me, like I said, this movie, in my opinion, overcame so many hurdles for me in the fact that I was like, because I'm not sure if anybody else had this hurdle. It was like, how is this going to be 5 nights? You know what I mean? Like, what was going to keep the hero there for 5 nights? You know what I mean?
But you were so fixated on it to a point where it was like,
well, because I like stories. I like because one of the cool things about this movie, it kind of reminds me of MacGruber, because I love MacGruber. I'm not sure if you've ever seen that movie, Dale.
Very long time ago.
But it's a 15-second sketch that was on SNL.
Yeah.
So part of it was like, how do you take 15 seconds and stretch that to 90 minutes? And they didn't disappoint. And I felt like this movie didn't disappoint with doing that for me, because I thoroughly enjoyed, like, oh, I get it. And they're kind of luring them in, and it expands on the lore a little bit with the whole thing. So for me, I was like, oh, okay, there we go. That's how you do 5. That's how you expand it to 5 nights. And because like the whole idea is, because like, for me, honestly, that was the one thing playing that video game I always wondered. I was like, how did he stay for the second night? Because even the one song by the Tombstones, they're like, why did you not find another job?
Okay,
yeah,
he was about to get evicted.
He was, but that's the thing.
You get desperate when it comes to money.
Well,
you get fucking desperate.
But that's what I mean. They didn't explain that in the video game. I didn't know about the eviction.
See, I just always assumed that guy was just real desperate.
Yeah. You're in college. No, that game came out when I was in college. So I was like, facts, man. Facts.
I get it. You gotta do what you fucking gotta do.
You think you're just being in the world?
I was gonna say, if it comes down to like, I'm missing a liver or part of my liver or kidney, hey, it's the price
it's like,
to make some money.
I mean, at this point, after working in a podiatry office, I would gladly work at Freddy's. would gladly
You would work
there.
at Freddy's?
Over my dad's
Hell
office.
no.
Over
knowing
disgusting.
about William Afton?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Feet are gross. People are gross.
People are gross?
People are fucking gross.
You would rather get stuck in a machine rather than touch feet.
Yeah.
Damn.
Honestly, I would take it over my job now.
So this is pretty cool. Like Friday, there's gonna be a second movie, 2025. Okay, I know there. We'll get into sequel talk. We have a section for that.
Did you share the post
Huh?
of the show?
Yes, I did.
Oh, you did. Okay.
Yes, I did.
Just making sure.
Goes out everywhere.
Oh, my bad.
Goes out everywhere. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So unless we get a lot of rewatch value as after the show airs, but anyways, so for me, let's talk about the movie. For me, like I said, I enjoyed the movie in the fact that how they fleshed everything out. And I mean, obviously things are fleshed out when you read the books, the comic books and all that stuff. But like, I liked how it was put together. I liked that Mike was this person who's kind of traumatized at his brother's kidnapping and all that stuff. And it made like a really haunted character. So
I just wish it was scarier.
And I do, I could see that. But the thing is, it was also gateway horror.
It was gateway horror, but I feel like it should not have been PG-13.
Well, there is technically a 4-hour lore cut that's out there, and I do want to see the lore cut. I wonder if it's Lori and gory. From the rumors I heard.
I want to know how it's 4 hours.
Dude, if you've ever looked into the lore of this video game, dude, it is.
Yeah,
like,
you can make it 4 hours.
It's like the most insane thing. Like whenever I got into this game, I started like, all right, let's go down the rabbit hole. And I'm like, holy shit.
My thing is, and you're gonna get mad, I think that the super long runtime movies not necessary anymore.
If it carries.
If it carries, but I'm sorry, even Justice League fucking dragged.
All right, I'm out of here. I'm out of here.
Dragged.
A Snyder cut didn't drag.
I'm sorry, the only good Snyder cut is Sucker Punch.
Dude, that's the weirdest thing about her, real quickly, is like, she will be like, man, you go to ride or die for Snyder. And then she's like, I love Sucker Punch, which was the most Snyderiest
fucking movie
ever. It's just a 2-hour music video.
It was my first introduction of female empowerment, okay? I was 13. I was very vulnerable. Okay, it worked.
Okay, it did work for you. Have you ever seen that movie, Sucker Punch?
I have, yes.
Yes. I love how she's like, I want a Snyder cut of Sucker Punch.
We have it. And it's good.
It's just funny how you're like, I'm not a ride or die Snyder fan, but I want the most Snyderiest movie to get Snyder cut.
Fuck off.
Right.
Let me live my life.
Fair enough. All right, let's get back to Five Nights. So basically the movie starts and Mike is just he can't hold the job down.
He's working security at a mall. He goes to the ice cream stand and sees this kid getting yanked away by some older dude. And instantly I'm like sitting there going, that's probably his dad. And he just proceeds to beat the ever-living piss out of him in a water fountain.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you're gonna do more than lose your job there, my guy.
And maybe that's why people with some form of PTSD should not be in security.
I just love that the way he looked. He looked like he worked in an Amazon factory. He had like the bags under his eyes. Yeah. He looks like he has war stories. Yeah. Like that motherfucking Bezos.
But I felt so bad. He had that Nebraska poster over where he slept.
Oh yeah, that was
so
sad.
He could keep dreaming about his brother's kidnapping. That hurt.
That hurt.
That hurt.
That was a very interesting way to flesh out his character for me. It was just like seeing that happen. And like for me, that's one of the things I liked about that, surprisingly, from a Blumhouse film, is like the care they took with these characters and everything. Like, because here's my biggest issue with Blumhouse. The first two Halloween movies, I felt like, okay, there was love and care. And then there was this certain rush factor in the third movie. Yeah. So like part of me is like, don't rush this. Don't rush this. Let this breathe. Let these characters breathe. And I felt like they did a good job of letting. Because Mike, because like when you first meet Mike playing the video game, you don't really know anything about Mike. You are Mike. You know what I mean? And then now you're like, oh wow, he's this traumatized guy. He's just trying to make ends meet so he can, keep custody of his little sister. and at the same time, he's trying to he's kind of trying to do a dream warrior to his own dreams
Pretty
and
much.
trying to find his. I mean, isn't that the best part?
Yeah, it is. It is.
And that's the thing. Like if you look at it from, and this is kind of where you got to suspend belief for a second. If you look at it from a video game standpoint, like when he goes to the first night and works and falls asleep on the job,
He does.
oh, you're not surviving.
No.
You're
Harvey was like,
God.
that was the part of the movie where I was like, nah, bro, you lost. What if that would have been the best plot twist? If he fell asleep and the rest of it was the dream, but it was then just the game over.
No, it was just the animatronics going like crazy for the hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's like, well, he's dead, so let's party. Dude,
build 5 other forts.
Build 5 forts.
Which was stupid.
That's wild.
That was the one. That was the one thing you didn't like. I know you didn't like is the fort.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I get there are kids in the animatronics. I understand that. I do. But a fort.
It's a fort. That's how they lull them in.
But why couldn't they kill someone in the fort?
They were probably going to do that the next night.
No, that's not quick enough. It was like night 3.
You gotta. Do you know the term honey dick?
Yeah, I do.
Dale. You know what I mean by honey dicking. You gotta take some time. You can't just rush honey dicking. It's a process, and and these bear Fozbear was like, all right, 5 nights, everybody. Sounds long it's gonna take, and we're killing this person.
No, but it's a 90-minute movie. Get to the murder.
I know you like.
Well, they did get a little bit. They did get a little bit of a snack about midway through, so I'll give them that.
It just,
dude,
this is my whole issue because I love the games, and it's just the movie was not it. It was not scary enough.
By the way, let me ask you guys this: if you picked up on this or not, did you have a hard time trying to discern what year it was that this sequence of events was taking place?
I thought
90s
or early 2000s.
It took me and my wife a solid, I'd say, about 10 minutes after watching the movie to figure it out, because we were sitting there going, okay, everybody's basically using landlines. There was only 2 cell phones used throughout the entire film. One of them was a flip phone, and one of them was a Nokia brick.
Flippy.
And so then we were talking about the Nokia brick, which I had mine in about 2002-ish. So that was kind of what we kind of settled on, was like about 2002. I
rewound the movie to the mall scene, and I'm like, all right, honey, if you see Dippin' Dots or Spencer's, we know what year this movie is.
Spencer's is still around now.
Is it?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, it is.
It's not like it used to be.
No, it's virtually the same.
No, they actually have legitimately good sex toys now versus what they used to.
God bless Spencer's. But anyways, okay, so anywho, what's he? So yeah, so basically he's taking medication, sleeping on the job, and that was such a great. I love when the cop was like covering it up for him.
Yeah,
that was when you were like, oh, this cop is someone important. It's like like this. I was like, this is a really cool cop. You got caught with a felonious charge with drugs. Somebody broke into the building and all that stuff. And she's like, nah, man, we good. And she threw the pill bottles into the lake. Like Keanu Reeves throws his badge at the end of Point Break. I was like, oh, you're up to something. What are you up to? And then it turns out, well, we'll get to it. So eventually she's in on the whole thing. She knows that these animatronics come to life, and she's very well knowledgeable. I mean, you kind of already know it when she walks in there the first night.
Yeah.
And she's like, hey, what's up? And she knows where everything is.
I mean, yeah. But isn't that kind of... No, Willie's is different.
You're thinking of Will. Yeah, no, we'll talk about that.
You're thinking of Willy's Wonderland.
You're thinking of that.
I love that movie.
Yeah. But anyway, so let's get back to 5 Nights. So basically...
Yes.
It comes down to kind of a Sophie's Choice, where the ghost kid's like, hey, you can see your brother again, but you gotta give us the sister. And he goes, yeah, sure. And then he's like, wait, no, fuck, I don't want to do that. And then it becomes kind of the final battle set, and then we get an amazing Matt Lillard back in
Yeah.
action, baby, as
Yes.
William Afton, man. Holy shit.
He
Wow.
was the saving grace of that movie.
I do. He did the scream knife thing. You know the scream knife thing?
Yeah, he did do the scream knife thing.
Oh my god.
I think I probably would have stopped watching it if he wasn't in it.
But you love Matt Lillard.
I do love Matt Lillard. That's why I stuck it out.
Imagine all the stuff they're gonna have him do in the sequels. It's gonna be crazy.
I'm sorry, but I don't trust Blumhouse at all.
You gotta trust this. You gotta trust this.
I'm sorry. Halloween Ends.
Listen,
No. This is where I need John to agree with me.
Listen. We're gonna go back into it. We'll get back into it. Just trust me.
No.
They actually let the creator actually work on this project. This movie.
Which I get, but I'm sorry. All my faith went to shit at the fort.
I know, but look, Blumhouse. Look, I'm gonna give this movie my trust. All right, because I was thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a fun movie.
Nope.
But yeah. So for me, I gave this movie 3 out of 5 stars. I enjoyed it. I liked it. I want more. I'm very excited to see what comes next.
I want less PG-13 horror.
Give us the archive. What do you? What are your thoughts, Dale?
My thoughts is like, okay, so that was another point where you kind of had to suspend belief for a little while, was the whole fort thing too.
Yeah.
So for me, it told the story, it told it well. It stuck to a majority of the lore. But of course, when it comes to doing an adaptation, anything from books, movies, or video games or anything like that, you can't stick to the original lore, because then it becomes predictable and it becomes boring, because then you're like, oh, I know this part's coming up. Oh, I've seen this before. I know where I'm at right now. And you can kind of like follow along and be able to segment it and be like, I already know what's going to happen at the very end. And it ruins it. This left enough of a wild card factor for me to be able to say, okay, I can stay in this. So I'm right there with you. I'd say probably a 3 out of 5.
Yeah.
It was a nice watch. I appreciated the fact that they have it on Peacock, because I get it free through Xfinity, so I was able to just watch it and not have to spend the money to go get a ticket.
Yeah.
So, hey.
But no, this for me, I enjoyed it. The movie delivered on everything I wanted for it to. I mean, did it have a little bit of silliness? Yeah, I did. But I mean, again, Blumhouse, I know they try to appeal to a wider audience. I mean, that goes far back with Meg and how that was PG-13, because nowadays TikTok is a really huge thing. And if you can get more people in theaters, more tickets, more everything, because sadly, when a movie's rated R, it loses money. That's the thing. It loses money because you're restricting people from seeing parts of it. It
loses money, but I feel like just the content is overall better because the filmmakers aren't as restricted.
Yes.
To me, that's a plus.
True. But would you say you would have liked this movie a lot more if you got the R cut?
Probably.
Well, a 4-hour cut exists. I know it does.
I'm not sitting through 4 hours.
There's a 4-hour cut out there. I know it. I know it. Get it on it. Let's talk.
No, this is one of the movies I think I would have been mad if I actually paid for it. We watched it on Peacock. I think I would have been mad if I shelled out the $30.
Yeah.
For theaters.
Yeah, I will say this. It's a good matinee buy. It's a good hey, value ticket buy. Go, and if you want to go and get that theater experience, sitting there with your bucket of popcorn and your soda and just watching a decent movie, it's definitely worth the matinee buy. If you have access to Peacock, it's definitely worth taking an afternoon and watching it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have to agree. Like 20 some dollars shelling out, going to the theater, like going at the late show. I did see that too. So I'm watching the chat here too. So there was the whole at the end credits.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I know my one buddy, he had to leave the theaters at one point because they played the Taylor Swift movie next door. And there was a giant sing along. He's like, because he was like, nah, my watch, man. I gotta it's so funny. Like, dude, Taylor Swift.
I think that would have made the movie better.
If you had
Taylor Swift
just a random montage with a Taylor Swift song.
I probably would have liked the fucking fort if there was something Taylor Swift. And I personally do not like Taylor Swift.
Let's get a Taylor Swift podcast.
Just start playing Love Story Weather in the middle of the fucking
fort. You know what? I wouldn't have been as mad as at the fort. I would have been like, okay, at least this is original.
So, funny thing, real quick with Taylor Swift, and then we'll get back on topic.
The reason why Exorcist came out early. Okay.
I was also, yes.
I'm sorry,
I was also on the
pissed.
road this weekend, and the bar next door to the comedy club, they had a guy playing steel drums, and he was catering to his audience. He played, I counted 5 Taylor Swift songs in a row on steel drums.
I sort of can't wait for.
I swear to God,
that's impressive.
I was like ding 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 ding. It was like, I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool.
I kind of can't wait for some sort of scandal, like groundbreaking scandal, to happen about Taylor Swift, and she just gets canceled. That will be the fucking happiest day of my life. I will be so happy.
My wife doesn't have a doom cloud over her head. She fucking rides it to hell.
I'm sorry. I just don't like certain shit, and Taylor Swift is one of them.
All right.
I blame college and high school. Was Taylor Swift around in high school?
Yes, she was.
Yeah, that's why. High school.
All right. So let's talk about the characters, man. Let's talk about, we've already been getting into the characters and talking about it. Like I said, we definitely want a sequel. We want to see the sequel happen. Let's talk about Mike real quickly. And hold on a second. I thought this was pretty cool. Thank you, dude. You subscribed. Rock and roll, man. Thank you, dude.
That's awesome.
Don't worry. We see your other comments. We're going to be talking about the bite of 87. We'll talk about that. But yeah, so in the game, we find out Mike is Afton's son.
Much later.
Much later, not in the first game. So my question is, like, with the kidnapping, I have this theory. Did he mean to kidnap Mike first? And then when he was like, this isn't Mike, well, I'm going to kill you anyways. I wonder if that happened or...
No, I think it's just he wanted one of the kids because there was like 3.
Yeah.
I don't think it mattered which kid. I think a younger kid would have been better.
But do you think he wanted Mike, though?
No, I don't think so.
But you look at the kids that were the victims, and you look at Mike around that time. Mike around that time was probably in the neighborhood of, I would say, about 12.
Yeah.
Maybe 10.
Yeah.
You look at the kids that were kidnapped and killed, and they were like 6 to 8. So, I mean, for it to be the younger brother, and he didn't look too much younger. Yeah. So, I mean, that makes it a legitimate target.
Yeah. But yeah, no. So, but Mike is, like I said, he's a really good trauma character. He's a very good trauma character. He's very good. Like, I was really surprised how well Josh Hutcherson could play kind of this darker character.
No, he's a good actor.
No. It's not that he's not a good actor. I'm just like, usually he's kind of more happy-go-lucky.
Have you seen Bridge?
Oh no, he's a trauma character. I mean, you look at
you didn't see Bridge?
I read
that book. Sorry. What were you saying?
Yeah, I was saying Mike Hutcherson was a very good trauma character. I mean, you look at him in the Hunger Games. He was character throughout.
Yeah, he's done a lot of like trauma shit. So it's like perfect.
He's like the new
casting.
He's like we need trauma quick.
I mean, and also casting him, you get also like the audience of our age because we grew up with him essentially.
We did.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like another added bonus.
Yeah. So okay, so yeah, Mike is so like I said, we kind of talked a lot about Mike because the movie kind of reflected about him. I kind of want to talk about this character more than anything else because this character fascinates me so much. Like, they could literally do a murder doc on this character because, like, this character is so. Because, like, he starts out with the best intentions.
Yeah.
He's like, I want to make a place where it's cool. Kids can get some pizza. There's animatronics. And then he's, like, jealous of a guy named Henry because he's better at robots. And, like, his ideas are getting kind of fucked over. And he's like, I'm going to be the best robot. And then he just slowly just descends into this jealousy and madness and just becomes really psychotic. It's kind of cool.
It's just, it's toxic masculinity.
It is.
At its finest.
It is at its finest. Like, I would love to see, that's why, like, I want to see more with, like a background with him.
I just want to see Matthew Lillard be sadistic.
I think he would be so good at this. What were you going to say, Dale?
I think that this lends an option and an opportunity to be able to do a prequel, to be able to do like the setup into, like, granted they touched on it briefly, when towards the end of the film, and I mean I won't go into that yet because I'm sure we'll get there eventually. But it definitely lends an opportunity to be able to do something like where it starts and like again, we talked about, the bite of 87, everything else. You could talk about the little pieces that lead up to it. And definitely that's something like you can give Matthew Lillard his own movie and do a prequel of like, hey, here where we are.
I think what Blumhouse is going to do, they're going to do, so like the sequel and then maybe the third or fourth one will be a prequel because they're going to try to get as much money out of this as they can.
Well, apparently he says that the bite of 87 is going to be in the next movie, which I am like thoroughly interested in seeing that.
I mean, we didn't super get it, but we did see that. We saw that lady get.
We saw the lady when like they cut away and you see her shadow and she gets chopped.
Which I wanted to see that.
4-hour lore cut, okay?
I don't want to watch 4 hours of a Blumhouse movie.
All right, wait. Scott has to go. Everybody say bye to Scott. Bye, Scott.
Bye, Scott.
Thank you for listening, man. You rock, man. Thank you so much.
What if that was not the real?
Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. But that's like Santa Claus. You gotta believe. Okay.
My dad told me Santa Claus didn't exist when I was like 8.
Okay, well, fair enough. Imagine the money he saved. But anyways, but this character is so sadistic, just so evil. But he started off with the best intentions, and like,
I feel like he didn't.
You did. You want to make a cool restaurant.
Do we have to go from a psychological standpoint?
All right. Well, you have the psych degree.
I know. Okay. From a psychological standpoint, if those urges are in your mind, they probably started at a very young age. So this man probably went into this thinking like, yeah, I could murder some fucking kids.
God damn.
I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, he got to that point. I mean, he was luring people in.
Exactly.
He got there, but like,
and kids are easy targets.
They are.
It's just like once you're fucking sick, you've always been sick.
Yeah, that makes sense. What are your thoughts on this character?
Like I said, I really am excited, and I love the fact that they did it as Matthew Lillard being that character. I think anybody else wouldn't have lent as much credibility to the role.
Yeah.
He plays that villain at the very end so beautifully in the monologue, and just everything about it. I was so excited. I geeked out on it. I loved it, and I'm excited to see what they can do with it. And I really want him to grow into like, I do want to see that prequel movie. Like that would be something I would pay good money for.
I would too, as long as they don't do some bullshit. They cast like someone younger.
Yeah,
I love Matt Lillard.
Just have Lillard descend into madness. You know what? Here's the thing. We learned one thing. You don't need CGI to young someone up. You throw a backwards cap on them, just like they did in Saw 7. They threw that backwards cap on Jigsaw, like to illustrate that it was like 10 years ago or something, and we were like, fucking A.
You know, it was better than the way they de-aged those kids in It Chapter 2.
Yeah, just
that looks fucking weird.
Throw the cap on.
Yeah.
So everybody has to wear caps.
Oh my God.
Hey. Sorry, our little dog is going crazy.
That's all right.
Speaking of which,
I had to shut my door to keep mine out.
Yeah. But anyways, so it would be interesting to kind of see a prequel, see like how, because like what happened was he was a kid, he saw a dancing talking bear as a side road attraction, and he was like, oh, I want to create my character. He based a character off that bear, but then he came up with Bonnie the rabbit. He's like, and that was the character he always loved, the rabbit.
And then Henry stole it.
That bastard. But he was good at technology and stuff like that. Like, I would have liked to see the rivalry of that whole thing.
Yeah, that would have been good.
That would be a very interesting movie on its own.
I think the movie just lacked something altogether. And I'm not talking about like gore or something.
Mm-hmm.
The movie kind of assumed you knew everything. Like going into
this movie was, yes, I agree. This movie was tailored to fans.
And that's not a bad thing, but you also, like, the Harry Potter movies weren't tailored to fans. If you knew nothing about Harry Potter, when you started watching them, you would get it.
Yeah.
But this, if you didn't know the backstory, I think you would be really confused, especially about the animatronics in William Afton.
But that's the thing. I think now it's interesting with writing. I'm not sure if you've noticed this, Dale, but nowadays I think there's so many niche audiences that we have the privilege now to get like that with our writing. Whereas when Harry Potter came out, it wasn't as niche.
Okay,
I'm not sure what you think about
that. I'd be inclined to agree with that. I think just the general rate of consumption when we talk about like how people view media anymore. It's a lot of quick little bites. You can't do deep dives. You can't go off track. It's meant more catered towards the fan than it is towards like somebody that's like an outlier that may know of what's going on but doesn't know the full story.
No, that makes sense. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. I would echo that sentiment very much. But anyway,
I just think this movie was lacking a lot altogether. The more I think about it, the more annoyed I get.
It's the first movie. So
still.
But let's see what happens. We'll see what happens where they go with it. All right.
Right.
But let's talk about the animatronics real quickly. Just animatronics in general, because this movie kind of. Hey, sit. This dog. I swear to God. Hold on, I'm gonna get her. So I'm not. This movie. I feel like Five Nights at Freddy's in general kind of did what Stephen King did to clowns.
Yeah.
And it made them scary. I mean, would you agree with that statement?
But I feel like the animatronics were always scary. Like when my parents took me to Chuck E. Cheese when I was little, I did not go near those fucking things.
Were you scarred when you first saw animatronics at Chuck E. Cheese?
In all honesty, because of where I grew up, I never saw Chuck E. Cheese until I was way older. So I managed to dodge that bullet. But no, I think though inherently animatronics always kind of had that weird, like, away from me kind of vibe.
I feel like this movie, this franchise, video game franchise, was kind of the first to hit that base. You know what I mean? Kind of like how I mentioned, Stephen King was the first one to go, okay, clowns are scary. Here's it. This is the de facto clown that you're going to be scared of. Every time you think evil clown, you're going to think Pennywise. So I think animatronics evil. You think?
Yeah.
Five Nights at Freddy's. It's kind of like it kind of coined that whole fear factor, so to speak. Like nowadays, because there's to this day actual real clowns hate Stephen King,
which is so great.
It's hilarious. I actually know actual clowns, makeup and everything, and they're like, "Fuck Stephen King." Hell, when the Joker came out, dude, there was an angry population of clowns in America because they were like, they make it. Oh, dude, it is. They were like, man, they're making clowns all scary and stuff like that. They're weaponizing us. Like, it was insane, man.
I feel like clowns were also always scary.
Well, yeah, because you don't know who's behind the makeup and all that stuff.
But I feel like John Wayne Gacy did that. That wasn't Stephen King. That was John Wayne Gacy.
John Wayne Gacy was like the real life factor, but then Joker, when they did the hospital scene, the gun falls out of his pants.
Oh, that was funny.
Dude, that scene, everybody cited that. Like when I talk to actual clowns who perform in hospitals, because I know a bunch. When I'm not doing stand up, I will perform in hospitals with these people. And dude, you can't talk about that movie around them. They will get. It is like, oh my god, they will get so pissed off.
Ooh.
Yeah. Now
I know how to get rid of a clown. I just gotta start talking about either Stephen King or the Joker, and just be like, you can just go ahead and
you can just get out of here. That's how you do it.
No, just start doing the dance from the new It movie. At the end where he does a little jumpy thing. Just do that.
Man, yeah, this body don't move like that.
Yeah. But so going back to this, I feel like the Five Nights at Freddy kind of did that with animatronics now, because like anytime I think of animatronics, I think of Five Nights at Freddy. Like I had to go. I remember I had to go to a Chuck E. Cheese because I had a baby cousin who had a birthday, and I saw the animatronics, and like I'm not sure if it's just because of how animatronics look outdated now, or maybe as a kid your imagination it's much higher, but they just look clunky and creepy.
Well, I don't think Chuck E. Cheese ever updated their animatronics.
No, they did not.
I would be shocked if those were like new in any way, shape, or form.
Which is hilarious because like the fact that Afton hid the dead bodies in the suits, like that is like the most plausible thing about Five Nights at Freddy's for me. I'm
that
like,
would make so much sense.
Yeah,
Nobody would look.
I wouldn't look. I was like, that's like for me. I was
like in it.
For me, I was like, that's brilliant. He just keeps making a new character every 5 minutes.
Like another person, just another one.
This is another person.
There's nothing to the smell. That's just because it hasn't been washed in like 6 months. Like,
and you would believe it. Why wouldn't you believe it?
They're like a bitch to steam clean.
It's a blown servo motor. It's okay, don't worry.
I mean, keep in mind. I mean, most of these happened in the '80s and '70s and all that stuff. Not everything was up to code. There was probably lead paint. There's lead paint. Like, for all we know, Mike is. I think the scariest thing about Five Nights at Freddy's, Mike was probably exposed to so much asbestos. Let's face it.
Definitely. Definitely.
The building
stale cigarette smoke.
Stale cigarette smokes from parents having to be there with their kids.
Dad sitting in a corner chain smoking Marlboros, like, get out of here.
Go dance with the animatronics. Go dance with them. But no, like I imagine, like I'm just thinking from a real life factor. I mean, so it's a brilliant place to hide the bodies.
It is. Can we also talk about how the cupcake thing did the majority of the killing?
Dude, the cupcake, he was busy. Dude, that cupcake was busy. Even at the end of the movie. Dude, even at the end of the movie, the cupcake's like, I gotta take a cab. Like,
wait, did Foxy kill anybody? Because Foxy scares the shit out of me in the game.
I think that Foxy killed the first.
Yeah, it was off screen. It was off screen.
See, again with the off screen.
Yeah.
Show me the murder.
Dude, Foxy scares the hell out of me because that fucking when he does that run down the hallway shit, like
Chica freaks me.
I don't like that shit.
Out too.
I don't like that shit.
I'm not a fan of Chica.
Dude, I think
it's her jaw.
That was how I threw the controller against the wall when I was playing. Because like you look at that left hallway, right? And then you see, and then you're like panicking. You forget how to close the door.
And that's why you always check Pirate's Cove.
And then you get, and you're like, just fuck this. I got it. And then your heart is just.
One thing I want to point out: this movie did not scare me in any way, shape, or form. The amount of nightmares I've had of Five Nights at Freddy's in the past 2 weeks pisses me off to like no end.
Oh my god! Yeah.
Because it does not scare me. The fucking movie did not scare me.
The game.
I keep seeing the glowing eyes in her closet.
Ding, ding,
Stop
ding,
it.
Ding, ding.
The only thing you got to worry about is if you just start hearing random scatting at 3 a.m. Just block everything and run away.
Dude, I hate that. That song, the ding 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 ding. That it's like almost like they're gloating at you. It's like, not enough, we're gonna kill you, but I hope you feel stupid now. Like, yeah, I feel stupid.
You feel real stupid.
Just scare me.
Just scare me. Fucking stupid.
Just scare me. Just scare me. And you can never get the timing right before it scares you. It scares the shit out of you.
I wish I had the dexterity to keep playing these games.
Oh god, I love. But anyways, these games are just so much fun. The first one's always a classic. I love to play that game because I love that adrenaline rush of getting scared. But I can only do two times, and I gotta stop because I'm gonna have a heart attack. But but yeah, like I said, because here's the thing. I want to talk about this one right here.
No, we kind of already did.
Yeah, we kind of did. Yeah. Well, anyways, let's talk about sequels, predictions, what's going to happen in the next movie, what's going on. Well, we got, if this is Scott, and man, I hope it is Scott, we're going to get the Bite 87, which is awesome. So I think that's really cool.
I genuinely think Blumhouse is going to just beat this franchise to death.
No, I think they're going to. I think they leave it alone.
No, we're gonna start seeing fucking Freddy in the Blumhouse logo.
I'm hoping
he's gonna be like skipping with Reagan.
Don't
right next to Michael.
Don't.
That's
Jason Blum.
They're collecting trophies. That's
Jason
all
Blum.
Blumhouse does.
Let the creators and the writers create. Let them create, and you will get gold. This is a great franchise starter. I want to see this thing go. Let the creators and the writers work.
Or just fucking retire.
All right?
You're not good at your job, Jason Blum.
Let the creators and writers. Let the creators and writers go because I enjoyed this movie. I want to see more. I want to see more. I want like it. Hold on. Holy shit! It's William Afton. This is crazy. Scott's back and everything. Dude, I feel like we're playing an actual Five Nights at Freddy's. Like I'm gonna start getting more little window cameras, and it's gonna be Foxy in the Pirate Cove, like
no. And now I'm just picturing Foxy just barreling toward us by the bookcase.
Dude, I don't want to look up. But anyways, but okay. So going back to it, like I said, I always say this with any movie, any horror movie, action movie, superhero movie. Let the writers create. Let the directors direct. If you're a producer, you put the right people in the room and you leave them alone and let them create. Let them create. One
thing I'm going to say, this year's horror roundup has sufficiently sucked.
I know.
It has not been good. It is not good. I'm not a doom cloud. How am I a doom cloud?
You're dressed in black and gray.
Fuck off.
Okay.
Well, you want me to wear a pink fucking dress? That's not gonna happen.
Okay, that's fair enough. Dale, what are your thoughts? What do you think is gonna happen? How are we moving forward from this movie? How are we doing
it? So looking at just the whole trivia section of IMDb, it does talk about in 2018, Scott Cawthon said if the first film was to be successful, there'd be a second and third. And then Matthew Lillard revealed that he did sign a 3-picture deal with the studios. So we could be in line for at least 2 more. So that's going to be something that's going to be exciting. There's definitely an option to, I mean, obviously there's way more characters that you can get into than just the initial base 5.
I wanted Circus Baby to pop up.
I think Circus Baby is going to be in the next one.
Well, they kind of showed her super quick when they were trying to shove the girl into it, but I wanted Circus Baby.
I want, Circus Baby, Balloon Boy. Balloon Boy was more like the Easter egg. Than an actual animatronic. So he was kind of like the little pop-up, like, hey, look at me.
Yeah.
Now that they've fucked with the lore a little bit, I wonder if they're going to do the puppet.
Oh, I think they're going to do the puppet. They got to do the puppet if they're going to do William Afton's origin.
Maybe.
I think they're going to do his origin because it's kind of funny, like, even though they don't come out and say Lillard is Afton, it was so funny how we're all like, Afton.
Completely.
Like it was like that. It's like the Dark Knight Rise when that one woman's like looks exactly like Talia al Ghul, and she's like, "Oh no, I'm my own original character, Talia al Ghul."
Well, the thing is, they probably shouldn't have shown him in the trailers. I get it's a marketing ploy, but you shouldn't have showed him in the trailer because automatically, who is he gonna be?
Because that's iconic.
Yeah, and Lillard is fucking crazy, so it makes sense.
Right.
Now apparently we got the alleged Afton who's messaging us. So okay, then you write me then if you're so smart.
All right, I'll write mine with my master's degree.
Right, and act out Five Nights at Freddy 2. Then if you think Bloomhouse is shite.
It is.
I served Vietnam. Look it up.
Good job.
That's crazy. Puppet is
skinny.
Dude, this is okay.
Maybe we'll get lucky and Blumhouse will just solely focus on Five Nights and then they will not fuck with Exorcist.
Maybe that's it. Maybe
that might be the only saving grace. Fucking.
I know you don't like Blumhouse. I know, but like I said, I think they did do Totally Killers this year, which I enjoyed.
They ripped off of Final Girls. They ripped it off. That's all they know how to do is rip off shit.
But this is original idea. And they're letting the creator work to let him work.
Yeah.
Okay. PG-13.
Well, we've got 4-hour lore cut.
Jesse is
4-hour.
I really don't think it's a thing.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see about that. We'll see about that. So I think it would be cool if we got background between him and Henry, that rivalry. I think that would be very good.
Mm-hmm.
Then, like I said, obviously you can adapt each video game with the details and stories there and everything. But I think meshing in with like the comic book lore and all that stuff, and to really shape it out, like if you go in that direction, it's gonna be good. And the best part is like when you introduce a new animatronic, that's gonna be like how the Batman movies, like this is the one with Bane and this is the one with Joker. It's gonna have that same effect. I think
I just have too little faith That's my issue.
I'm going high hopes here.
No, see, we already got a Five Nights at Freddy's movie, and it was good, and it was Willy's Wonderland. I love that movie.
Yeah,
I love that movie. I think it is so good, and I mean,
it's good. I enjoyed it. I did. Right now, I won't focus on this movie though.
Yeah, you should not have brought me on this show. Like, why'd you bring me here?
Because you said you wanted to talk.
Because I thought I was going to fight with John for an hour.
You thought John was going to be here to fight? Yeah, he's not here tonight.
I know. John, what the fuck?
Anyways, that's all the time we got tonight. I want to say thank you guys so much for tuning in. Everybody from YouTube, Facebook, and everything. Thank you, Dale Miller, for joining us. Thank you, man, so much. Appreciate talking with you. If you haven't checked out Five Nights at Freddy, check it out. It's on Peacock right now. You can check it out in theaters. Make sure they tell the Taylor Swift kids to keep it down so they're not singing throughout the whole movie. That's going to be a pain in the ass thing, but go enjoy it. It's a good time. I liked it. 3 out of 5. Go see it. I loved it.
1 out of 5.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Save your money.
All right. Well,
save your money.
Jesus Christ. All right. Anyways,
Don't even.
Anyways, thank you again, everybody. Until next time, I'm Jesse. And you, Spooky.
I was going to say, I'm not John.
Yeah, you're not John. And you've been sitting at the Grows table. Thank you, and have an awesome night, everybody. Take care, everyone.